listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Beauty and the Beast After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Beauty and the Beast After Show.
Okay, I know we have to do a show, but I'm kind of enjoying the music right now. Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, singles and couples. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV on this lovely Valentine's Day. Being is for doing, and today we are doing Beauty and the Beast just for you guys. I am Alikona Bradford, and joining me today, as always, is Paige Sullivan.
Yes, hi everybody.
And Miss Anik Dufour.
Hello.
So let's get into the episode. First of all, what did you ladies think of JT's love advice? Because I was kind of enjoying the origami talk.
I loved it. It was funny.
Yeah. I thought it was really cute.
Again, he's my favorite part of every episode.
Well,
so.
I like how Vince is like, hey, so where did you find all this stuff out? I looked it up on the internet.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah.
Well, JT has no experience with girls. Whether it's not that he's a guy, he's just got no experience.
But it was cute because he was just talking about it's like the one day where you basically swallow your pride and just act like a big goofball, but you totally get brownie points for it. Good job.
Yeah.
I agree.
Props to you, JT.
Yes. I liked a little quote he actually said, and I wrote it down. It's so cute. He said, embrace the cheese factor.
Exactly. Men, embrace the cheese factor.
No. Don't.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. If you're dating Paige, Paige's boyfriend, if you're watching, do not embrace the cheese
Well, it's nice,
factor.
like, a little cheese, but, like, don't pile it on. I mean, like, Vincent with Cat jumping ahead, the roses, the flash mob, the chocolates. Like, pick one thing. Pick the thing they want.
Here's the thing. He kept on getting turned down the entire time. So
Yeah.
when one didn't work, he just went for the next thing.
No, because if she's mad, none of those things are going to
Well, that's
be
why
good.
you keep going. If she's
Yeah.
mad, gentlemen, you keep going. You wear
No.
her down.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You don't listen to Paige. Paige has been in a relationship. No, I'm just kidding. See? But you know what?
Exactly.
Actually, you do listen to Paige because she's been with the
Exactly.
same guy since she's been 15. That's pretty amazing.
You listen to me.
Yeah, okay. Don't
If,
listen to me.
if it's Valentine's Day and your boyfriend likes food and beer, you get him a pizza and beer for Valentine's Day because they will like that. You don't get them a box of chocolates.
Well, I don't do chocolates, but I do stuff from the
Yeah. See?
from the heart.
No guys want that. No guys, they don't want the card. They're not going to read the card. They're going to read the card and
And
go,
they'll-
oh,
that's nice, and throw it away.
Yeah, exactly. And then you'll say, did you read it? Yeah.
What did it say?
I said, I put a heartfelt note in there and you didn't read it. So after years of experience, you just get a pizza. Just get a pizza.
Okay, well, so that's Paige's advice. All right, let's talk about the show now, shall we?
Okay, so Vincent and Kat, yes. So that was one couple. There were so many
Oh,
couples.
Okay, because did you guys hear my reaction when I saw Joe Bishop and Tess finally, but they weren't just like, let's not ease everybody into the idea. We kind of knew who it was. But no, we're going to full blown, like, they got more action going on than Vincent and Kat.
Yeah.
But I was in there like, whoa, because...
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, so did I.
To an extent, because I was a little disappointed in Tess in the sense to where it just sucks that she got herself in that position, and it's one of those things where I look at it and I go, ladies, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And to me, I look at it as the CW promoting, we were going to this whole, you were talking about CW promoting certain things, and I feel like it's saying it's okay to be the other girl, don't worry, and maybe in this show it'll work out for her, but in real life it doesn't always work out that way.
Well, it usually never works out. And the thing is with this episode, I am a big advocate for, it's not the other woman's fault, it's your husband's fault or your boyfriend.
Definitely.
So I think in this situation, Joe's the bad guy, and
Of course.
he's betraying his wife and his family, and he's not treating Tess very well, and he's her boss. So on many levels, Joe doesn't seem to be a stand-up guy. But Tess should know better. And I think, ladies, don't be the other woman because you're just that. You're the other woman. You're not the main woman. You're the other woman. And never settle for second best. Like Kat is saying, I will not be your second choice, Vincent.
Right.
And he's not even married. He's not in a relationship. And she's sticking up for herself. And Tess let herself... I think we've all been there. She got emotionally
involved. It's hard. I mean, if you put yourself in her shoes, I'm sure it's really hard because she obviously fell for him, but now she's at a point where she's fallen so much that she doesn't know how to separate herself from the situation.
And every girl I think's been there. They've been with the wrong guy, you know, and he treats you bad and everybody knows it and everybody tells you to get out of it, but you don't. And this is an example of that. It's just when you know he's the wrong guy to begin with.
And he gave her that classic line of, I wish I could be with you, but I can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can tell your wife you're busy with your mistress.
Yeah, or you can say, hey, you know what? If you feel the need to have a wandering eye and be involved with somebody else, then it's probably time that you move on. Yeah. I don't care if you're doing it for your kid, because in the long run, if your kid finds out, you're then not teaching him or her how to have a healthy relationship.
Okay, I am from a divorced family, and let me tell you, I would much rather my parents be divorced than to be together and be unhappy. And I just liked them better divorced. I don't know. I mean, that's my personal experience. But I think in the long run for kids, when parents say, we're doing it for the kids, no. There's been studies proving that that's not good for the kids. They can they can sense that, you know, animosity towards each other and the things that are going on. And when they grow up, they'll go, oh, that's what that was. Or, oh, now I know why that was like that. Yeah. And then later in life, they have resentment towards you. So it's just... this whole Joe thing, it's like, I used to like Joe, and now I kind of dislike Joe. Oh. And when he showed up at the bar later, when he said he couldn't be with her, oh, man. Yeah. I would have punched him square in the face.
Well, what do we think of Joe's brother, Darius?
He's cute.
He's cute.
He's sweet. And I like how Heather in the beginning was so optimistic. I was like, way to go with your secret thinking. Because she was like, I have dinner plans. I bought myself chocolates. And I already know, who knows, what could happen. Yeah. And in that sense, I'm like, okay, I like the innocence and the optimism on her behalf. And it worked in her favor.
It did, for once.
Positive thinking.
Yeah, and it worked out. And he's cute. And I'm assuming they went out for Valentine's Day. She was home pretty early, though, that night.
That is true.
But... I mean, he was cute. New character. Always nice to see somebody new, because then you know when they introduce a new guy, especially like, oh, who's he going to be for? Yeah. You know? Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily like her sister that much, so.
I don't like Claire very much.
Well, no.
Who does? let's talk about Claire a little bit, because here she comes out of nowhere for Valentine's Day to be with Evan from this trip, which obviously she's lying. And I'm thinking at first maybe he thinks she's having an affair, and I
think he does think
that. But why? You're lying to the wrong person. And at least she acknowledges to Murfield or whomever her boss is that he's a smart guy. But the one person you don't lie to is somebody who's in investigations and stuff like he's, in a sense, he's a police officer. Like,
but
what are you doing?
But she's bigger than a police officer. She's government. She's conspiracy. They don't care who you are. I mean, this has already gone over so many people's heads. It's just So I think it was weird to see him being like questioning her, and she was so standoffish. And it's like, if you want to play it up, like play it up. Don't fake it. Like it wasn't. It seemed like she wasn't even trying to convince him anymore of who she was. She was just kind of over it. Yeah. And that was weird.
Okay, then what did you guys think about the part where when she was sitting on the bench talking to whomever from Murfield, and he was like, I don't know what part it was, but something along the lines of her falling for him. And maybe that was when Evan had the confrontation with her.
No, that was when Evan had the confrontation with her.
Okay, there we go. And him saying, oh, but, falling for me was just a perk or something.
No, it wasn't that. It was sex.
Okay, sex, but I thought she or somebody said something about falling
he goes, and don't you dare say you fell in love with me. There you go. And she goes, you're right, it was just a perk.
Meaning that she did fall for him.
Well, I think she was referring to the sex.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, either way, ew.
Yeah, either way, we don't like you, Claire.
Yeah, we don't like you, and it sucks. And at one point, he and Kat are able to kind of relate over the fact that, you think you really know somebody, and you don't. And, of course, she's thinking about Vincent. Yeah. But, I mean, Vincent at least wasn't that deceiving that he's out to put her in
wasn't deceiving at all. I mean, he was very upfront with her about what was happening. So, yeah. I mean, that's the difference. Yeah. But I don't know. Those couples, there's lots of couple drama. Yeah. But it's Valentine's Day. Yeah. The only one we think had a happy Valentine's Day was probably JT and her sister. I'm sure she had Heather. I'm sure she had a good day.
Well, let's talk about Alex, because she was a hot topic tonight. I was ready to throw my shoe at the television screen because she was ticking me off so many times. I'm going to try to get through this entire AfterBuzz without using profanity talking about her, because she ticked me off that much.
Yeah, she was rough to deal with at first. So she's okay. We didn't really go into this whole Alex isn't hiding, Alex has to disappear thing last episode. It was kind of just like a thing they sprung on us this episode. And so the episode starts off with Kat calling her and kind of giving her instructions and calling her out, being like, "You're not hiding very well.
Right, you
know, I could track you down very easily." And so from there, it becomes about protecting Alex and trying to get her away from this, but she doesn't want to be protected.
She's just all around ignorant is what I think is going on. Like, she thinks she's helping, but I feel like she's not thinking. She's, I hate to say this, but doing the woman thing and going off of emotion and not off of logic and just not thinking clearly.
Yeah, and so after talking with Kat, and Kat says, "Get out of here, go away, disappear," she reaches out to somebody to tell them exactly what's happening, like some old friend who's a journalist.
Right. But right after Kat's like, basically keep your mouth shut, because Alex did say, "Hey, I have some friends I can reach out to." Kat's like, if you want them to live, you leave them alone. And what does she do?
Yeah, she just doesn't listen.
Obviously, she didn't want him to live, and look what happened to him.
Right.
And so he's killed.
Well, she obviously just didn't take Kat seriously at all.
No.
Yeah, and while her friend's killed, and Kat and Tess are on that murder, and she this gets Kat in trouble, and it's kind of a thing throughout the episode, and it's going to be a big thing at the episode, but she sees that Alex's number's in the phone, and she deletes a voicemail from her, and so that's where we connect that this guy wasn't a suicide, he was killed, but we don't know how to prove it, but Alex was involved.
Right. Well, I don't know. It was just dumb on her part. The whole situation, everything she did was dumb. And I hated the way the entire episode, there was at least 4 or 5 times where Alex was so dumbfounded at the fact that Kat not loved him, because she didn't directly say that, but accepted him for who he is.
Yeah.
You know who he is and you're okay with that? Like, you know who he, that's
and you
all
know,
she kept
and if
saying.
there's nothing to fix him, you don't care. Like, you don't want to fix him.
Yeah, how do you not care? Well, if you love somebody, you just
don't
look
care
past it. Yeah, obviously you thought you were in the other episode. What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Saying.
Yeah, no, everything about this episode, and it was just so convenient, you know, Claire showing up, and Alex is so easy to trust Claire, but so against Kat.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Kat's just this, she's holding Vincent back, and Claire's going to help Vincent, and Claire has no emotional ties to Vincent.
But she's so conniving.
Claire?
Yes. Yeah. We can treat him. We did this to him, and we just want to heal him. Like, do you, Alex, really believe that after Vincent has spent so much time convincing you how dangerous these people are, and he even says, would I live my life like this if I thought that they were out to help me? No. And I could not believe that she sat there and she tranquilized him.
I know. Oh, my God.
Where in your mind did you think that was okay and that was going to help him? Because if he was really rational and he was as good of a guy as you think he is, you could have sat him down and talked to him. Your first instinct wouldn't have been, let me just stab him in the neck.
Yeah, and then when Kat shows up and she's about to shoot Kat, and she's saying all this stuff like, you hold him back. You don't want to fix him. You want to keep him for yourself. Like, what?
You're like, ooh, the inner anger comes out now.
Yeah, the inner jealous bee. God, like, back up. Like, she's obviously here to help him.
Right.
And she's been helping her. She's been helping Alex. So why this sudden, oh my gosh, Kat's the enemy?
You know, but it's obviously, again, like we said before, she knew that Vincent had some sort of feelings. And she even said so towards the end, as they were parting ways, he loves you. Like, he was doing the right thing by trying to fix things with me because he left me on bad terms, but he loves you.
Yeah.
Girls know. They instinctually know.
Yeah, and she said, you know, he always does the right thing. Like, that's one thing with Vincent is he always does the right thing.
Right.
Which is nice, and it's good to see. Well, it was nice to see that at the end, you know, they kind of left on good terms. Kat and Alex and Vincent. And Vincent saved Alex from Claire. And now this is proof to her that there is something happening, Claire, you know. Or not Claire. Well, Alex. Get out of here. Go away. Disappear.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, while we're on the topic of Alex, this probably isn't going to happen. I mean, we basically assume she's dead, correct?
Gonna be.
Yes.
I don't know.
No, I think she's dead. I don't think they're going to show her again. I think they're going to leave that, like...
Yeah.
Ooh. Because the guy that Claire met in the park, that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The one who killed the journalist sat on the bus behind Alex. And so I'm assuming, I think they're just going to leave it as a question.
Yeah.
I think they're going to leave it as a question so that we can think she's dead, and then maybe later, she'll be like, if they find a storyline for her, then I think she'll come back.
Or what if, I mean, she was so quick to jump sides as well. Somehow, some way, some shape or form, they blackmail her or somehow force her to become a part of their side.
Yeah, but they can do that. But, like, I don't think Vincent will trust her again the way he did after what she just did. She's too gullible, obviously, and she's too easy to trust, and I don't think she'd do that.
Yeah.
I think she still has a big loyalty towards Vincent, and she wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I will say, though, I did feel bad towards the end of the episode when they were just talking about her, and she was saying just about getting over him and about, just people growing apart. What were they talking about? Two ghosts?
Yeah, two ghosts that used to work really well together, and now they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, people grow up.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody always says, if it's meant to be, it'll happen, or if it's meant to be, you'll make it work. I think, if it's too much work at one point, it's probably not really meant to be anymore. And they don't fit together anymore. Alex doesn't like who Vincent is, or she's afraid of it, and she doesn't want to be a part of it. And he no longer loves her. I mean, he fell for Kat.
Right.
And that's what he needs now in his life. He needs somebody like Kat. And
he's going to love and embrace who he is.
Yeah, and Alex wanted to leave New York anyways for a very long time. So.
Yeah. Well, it's her way of starting over again.
So now she has to.
Aside, now she has to. But I mean, outside of out of sight, out of mind, also totally different environment, everything it is. It's starting anew. You could start anew as somebody completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She could be anybody she wants to be if she's alive.
Yeah. We don't know.
We don't know. I hope she's alive. I mean, she's annoying. She's ruined a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I don't wish death upon her.
No.
And I don't know. I think they're going to leave us thinking she's dead. I don't think they're going to show us anything further from this.
But do you think that they're just not going to show anything at all? That's it? That's all we're going to see of her?
I think that was it. I think we were supposed to assume that she's dead.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think we're supposed to assume she's dead, and then later, if it's meant to be, and if they feel like writing it back, they have the option to write her back in. But if they don't, they can also write her out and say, Alex was killed, or like this is what happened, or.
So it gives them an option either way.
Yeah.
I don't
smart.
I don't think we'll see anything next episode about it at all.
I'm wondering
Did
if
you
they're
think we would?
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that maybe they would follow up with that and show something. I mean, not that we'd show her being killed or anything like that, but just something a little bit more than just a guy following her on a train.
I know, but that's so much more mysterious, and it leaves so much more to be done.
Oh, and this is kind of like a baby topic, but just speaking of showing things, what did you guys think about them being a little bit more graphic on this show and showing the gentleman that had gotten killed in the bathtub? Because I don't think we've ever really seen it that.
Not like that. No, that's a little graphic, but I feel like I've seen it in many other shows and
True.
TV.
I guess I was just more shocked for this
we
show.
haven't seen it yet.
Exactly.
But I think they're trying to show the brutality of Muirfield.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're trying to show.
I like it because it goes into the episode.
Right.
You'll just see like what they see. So it's kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could never be a cop and see that stuff daily and be like,
no.
Let's go have Valentine's Day. Let's go be part of a, what's it called? Flash mob, which we didn't talk about.
Yes, that's just what I was going to get into. Well, because, at one point when you see all these people surrounding Kat, I thought she was about to get jumped.
Me too. I thought that was Muirfield. I was like, wow. I was like, they are daring. Oh, my gosh.
And then it just turns into a.
It was fun. It was really fun.
Oh.
And this is this is after the chocolates and after the flowers.
Yeah,
and
those didn't work.
My favorite part wasn't even the flash mob. It was the little heart with just a V.
Yeah.
V, period.
The little balloons, the heart balloons that said Catherine on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
They let
adorable.
it go.
I really liked is the fact that he was watching it and you see him smiling.
Yeah.
And to me, that is true love in a sense to where when you are able to put a smile on somebody else's face that you really care about.
Makes you happy.
And it makes you like giddy on the inside. That's just. Oh.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's the little things. Like, I think, honestly, for her, even just that little heart was more important to her than everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, seriously, if I came home and there was just a cupcake, I'd be so happy. That's just me, though.
Okay, cupcakes for you, pizzas for boyfriend.
And a heart for Kat.
There we go.
But that was sweet. It was
It
really
was sweet.
sweet. And that kind of rekindled their romance a little bit, which I mean, we almost had a kiss this episode.
We did. I mean, I knew something was going to happen just given the preview last time, but I'm glad that it wasn't as horrific as the way they cut and edit things. I thought it was going to be someone from Murfield coming in and attacking right when they were going to kiss, but instead it's baby sister, and you're like, oh, Heather, I want to.
And it just makes you hate her even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and we kind of see next week that she's going to be posting like pictures of him and stuff, and she's just going to ruin it all.
Yeah.
And so.
I mean, it's innocent excitement. She hasn't seen her sister with a boy probably since who knows when, or happy for that matter. So to see all that, she's just like, yeah.
I know. But my weird thing, which we didn't touch base on prior to this because I kind of jumped around, sorry guys, but was the Tess thing.
Yeah.
And how right after this happened, she goes home and she's all giddy and like, oh, Vincent, like, I'd be crying if that just happened to me and my best friend, like, kind of having that.
Oh, I was like, where are you right now?
Okay, well,
yeah.
Tess, like when Tess saw her tampering with evidence, deleting Alex basically from that case, and Tess couldn't say anything because it's her word against Kat's and, whatever, she doesn't want to be lied to. And then Kat goes home. Like, if my best friend and my partner was like, I'm asking for a new partner in the morning, and just walked out, I would be crying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go home and be like, Vincent, and then, like, profess my love again for him and almost kiss him. I would be, like, pretty upset.
Right.
I was kind of like, wow, she shook that off fast.
Well, I was going to say, Paige, you made a very excellent point while we were watching the show about the fact that you thought Tess, well, I'll let you talk about it, but.
Yeah, well, I don't think Tess is mad at Kat. I think she's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think she's hurt by the people around her, and I think she's really mad at Joe, and she's taking it out on her best friends. Because think about it. When you're mad at somebody and you can't take it out on them,
right?
You take it out on your friends, you take it out on your family, your boyfriend, whoever's near you that won't abandon you and won't leave your side. You take it out on them. And I think that's kind of what she's doing. I think she is hurt because Kat has been lying to her for a long time. And she's tampering with evidence, and who knows if she's done it before. And if she has, then she's putting Tess's job at risk. Right. And so not only did Joe screw her over royally today and break her heart, her best friend's going behind her back. And no, it's not to hurt Tess, but it does hurt Tess.
Of course. Well, and going into that whole lying thing, well, Joe's obviously lying about things.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If not, obviously to his wife, but
if not
in
everything.
a sense, to Tess in a sense of giving her false hopes. So, like you said, she may not necessarily have it in her to tell him off, but she can certainly tell Kat off. Although she did get a little bit snippy. You could tell she was getting really annoyed every time he was giving little orders at the office or whatever. You'd see her rolling her eyes or just, okay, boss.
Yeah, I think, well, what do you do when he's your boss?
That is tough.
Honestly, if he really screws her over, I'd go to my superior and be like, well, you should know what Joe did. Well, I wouldn't actually.
And then you'd be fired too.
Exactly. I'd be fired too.
So you're an officer, but you're sleeping with an officer that's married.
Did anybody notice, how we were saying, like, they're promoting basically that it's okay to sleep around and sleep with somebody who has a wife, that this is the episode they chose to say that Joe was getting an award? It's like, this guy's getting an award this episode. He's being recognized for his great work, but on the side, he's kind of like not a great guy.
Right.
He's a douche.
Yeah.
Well put, Anik.
To put it lightly,
I know.
Yeah, he's a big D word.
Well, and then, like, the cherry on the cake, the entire episode, Tess is right there when Kat is getting all these love gifts from Vincent. She's like, sure would be nice.
Yeah.
And the part that got me the most, though, was the first round of flowers. And he's looking through, you see his little eyes looking through the window as I make out with the mic, excuse me. But you see him looking through the thing, and here's Kat just throwing the flowers over at Tess, like, here, you can have them.
Yeah.
And the look on his face was just like,
ow.
He's like a little puppy dog.
I love
like, come here.
Yeah, and Tess, when she was eating her thing, she's like, they're the cream-filled ones. You don't like them anyways. I was like, nobody likes the cream-filled ones, Tess. Yeah. But I just feel for Tess.
yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping, I don't know what you guys think, I'm hoping next episode they kind of fix it.
But, okay,
Kat has to explain herself, I guess.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm still on Joe Bishop, and I'm thinking you're talking about Joe fixing it with her.
No.
And at that point, what do you really fix? Because it's almost like how Vincent betrayed Kat. Well, you were betrayed from the get-go. Not really. The wife is being betrayed, but you're already part of something that's just not
good,
kosher. And if you didn't leave her from the get-go, then how much longer are you going to wait?
Yeah, because if he hasn't left this marriage, he says, oh, it's about time I get out of this. I'm going to stop pretending. I'm no longer keeping up appearances. But why haven't you done that before? And Tess is not going to be the reason that he does do that. You're never going to be the reason, girls. Ever. You know, it'll come down to it. The reason they're going to get a divorce is because the wife's going to find out about you and they're going to get divorced.
Yeah.
He's never going to leave her.
Yeah.
Because that's too messy. That's too hard.
Right. Well, and that's like at one point you have to either put your foot down and just be like, this is either what it's going to be or it's not. And unfortunately, majority of the time, like you said, it's going to be like, it's not. Sorry.
Yeah. And I honestly think that's going to be an issue. I don't think that's going to progress. And hopefully, I really hope Tess finds somebody because she's always on the hunt for a guy.
But how do you go back and work with somebody and have them be your boss after you've been in a relationship, and not even just a relationship, but that kind of relationship?
Well, don't you read Cosmo? I mean, it's in there. People do it every day, apparently. I didn't realize that people did this in the office, but apparently it's
very common.
Happens everywhere. Yes. I read this whole article in Cosmo. Check it out, people. It was like last month's Cosmo. And it was this whole thing about sleeping with people at work and like your bosses, like sleeping with your boss. And it's like, what happened after it? And it's like, this person got fired, or I got fired, he got a raise. Like all these different scenarios, but none of them have them ending up together. So I just don't think it's going to be pretty.
Yeah.
And if Tess can work through it, good for her. I mean, power to you, girl. I think the best thing for her to do is work through it, find a great guy, and kind of be like, what up, Joe?
Right? Rub it in his face.
Yeah. Like, you got nothing. I mean, you have a great son. But
son? Oh. Sorry, I'm thinking of Darius.
His brother.
Brother? Hold on.
No, his son at home.
Yeah.
And that's who I feel for in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Other than Tess, it's like, there's a kid, you know?
Yeah.
And she even says that. I lie in bed and I think about your wife and your son, and it's just,
I mean,
messy.
I feel bad for her, yes, but at the same time, she asked for it. She knew what she was getting into.
This is true.
So
this is
it's
very true.
Like, you know, I mean, you want to feel bad for her, yes, but at the same time, it's like,
I want to know how this relationship started, to be honest with you, because it's like they just planted it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
She just starts mentioning a married guy, and then
I thought she said, once we kind of knew who it was, I thought she said it like happened by accident, like over drinks. Like it went a little too far, like they got drinks after work. I think I'm remembering that right, but I don't know. I think it was like a little blip. I think the problem was we've been focusing so much on Kat and Vincent that we don't really pay attention to those little details of the relationships surrounding them. And if we did a better job of that, I think we might see that. Like if we went back, we'd be like, oh, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if any of you fans are noticing things that we're not noticing, please feel free to comment, to tweet, to go on iTunes, download us, and leave little comments under there because we do read them. Rate us because we're going for 5 stars. 5. I'm like 5 because I want more because we're selfish. No, we're really not. We're really not. But we do definitely enjoy doing the show. So
yes,
if there's anything we can do or talk about that we're just totally missing, let us know.
Yeah, I think the show is so full of details, you know?
It really
and the things
is.
that you don't think are going to be a detail are huge later on.
Yeah.
And I think you find that with every TV show you watch, you know? There's like that little thing that somebody says, and then episodes later you're like, oh,
yeah.
and you have to go back and be like, what was that? What was that they said? You know what I mean? And I think with this, especially with the murders and the Muirfield and the relationships, there's so much.
Even, I was saying, even Claire, how she made her debut a long time ago and then just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, we didn't think anything of her at the party because I completely forgot because it was eclipsed by the fact that Evan was kissing Kat. It was just, you know, things eclipse the little things that you need to remember. So
it all goes around.
Take notes. Yeah, it does. But it was a messy episode.
It really was. And just that gave me a mental picture of when Evan had Claire in the little arm lock. I was like, yeah, she kind of put up a fight though.
Speaking of, so he finds Claire in his office.
Taking pictures of his cross DNA stuff, and obviously he puts 2 and 2 together that she's the one who's been damaging his goods. But then she throws it back on him almost like a blackmail, like basically you're gonna be one of us now.
She's like, you basically have to be us. Like, he's like, I have a feeling if I don't, I'm dead.
Exactly.
He says that, and you are.
Yeah.
Why'd you let go of her? Don't put her out of the arm lock.
Right.
Get her gun.
I was gonna say at that point, kill her, but it doesn't matter because people are gonna come after him for killing her.
She's so quick to kill. God,
so violence.
Right? Goodness gracious. Yeah, but I was a little shocked that happened this episode. I didn't see that.
No,
happening.
me neither.
But it makes me sad. Granted, we already had a spoiler alert on that.
But here's the thing. She's still doing the same kind of conniving and telling him we're out to... Well, no. Change of thought. She was telling Alex that they're out to heal him or what have you, but with him, she takes the approach of
He's a beast.
You saw what he did. You saw he's not a vigilante though they use that word, but how vicious he is.
Yeah.
Oh, P.S. You called it really good. We were talking about the fact that when she actually saw Vincent come and swoop up Alex, the look on her face when she saw Vincent as the beast, she was shocked.
Like, I don't think she knew what she was fighting for because she wasn't there when it happened.
Right. And possibly maybe she's brainwashed too.
Well, I think they're all brainwashed.
Yeah.
I do. And I think everybody who's involved with this is either, do it or die.
Right.
Because if they drop, you can't just drop out of Muirfield. They're going to kill
Right.
you. Look at Kat's mom. She's dead.
Yeah.
Because this went kind of wrong.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but the next person will be an innocent person. He's going to kill again. He will. And then Evan's kind of heart's like, I don't want anybody to get hurt again.
She's just working her angles the way she knows she can with different people. And I'm
Yeah,
sure she
right.
knows a little bit of Evan's history enough to know that he obviously witnessed Vincent tearing somebody apart when he saved his life, in a sense. And she probably knows that he's been already working towards trying to catch him, if you will.
Yeah, and so now they're going to work together on that. It's just sad to think that, it's so misconstrued. Like, she admits we did this to him, but she doesn't say we're going to fix him.
Right.
She says we need to capture him.
Right.
I don't know. I think Evan's going to work with them.
Well, he has to now, like you said.
Yeah. This was an episode full of relationship drama, situational drama,
Work drama.
everything drama. This was a drama-filled Valentine's Day. Goodness.
It was.
No love in the Beauty and the Beast community. Well, I mean, Vincent and Cat ended on a good note.
Yeah. Almost. But I like how they were talking about, she said something along the lines where, wow, what did she say? I loved how she worded it, but it was something about, you can't control your heart. And the whole time, she's like, we should take it slow and blah, blah, blah. And she's really trying to have this logical conversation and still defend herself. And he's just like walking towards her. With this sexy walk, like, I'm all, ooh, he's going in for the kiss. And then
She gave it up so easy, though. Like, she walked into the apartment and she was just like, I'm not fooling you, am I? Like she went in knowing she was just going to be like, you're right, I still love you.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, but if that face came in and walking at you like that, would you be able to resist?
No.
yeah, because my best friend just broke up with me.
Well, I mean...
No?
yeah, I guess I'd be a
You
little
guys
upset
are
too.
not very good friends.
You lose one thing, you gain another.
There you go. Sometimes the heart takes over.
No, I know.
The heart and the hormones.
Yeah, no, I think after a full day of Valentine's Day and having him choose her over Alex, I can say goodbye officially to Alex. I think that helped.
Of course, it took probably a little bit of weight off her shoulders. And the fact that Alex validated Vincent by saying, look, he's a great guy. And, hey, he's in love with you,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah. I wanted them to kiss, but it was I don't know what I would do if he was just walking at me. I'd be like, okay. You're right. Okay. if I must kiss you.
Right.
If I must.
You're twisting my arm here.
Right? And then Heather ruins it. Damn.
I
Little
know.
sisters, man.
And that's, it is. It's the typical little sister, but it's almost like the little sister that's 7 years old and like...
Yeah, not like 25.
Yeah, it's a little bit much.
Come on, Heather. Like, and when Kat says, maybe you can start paying the rent. What? Like, she hasn't been paying rent? No way.
Yeah.
She would not be living with me.
Right?
Get out. Because she already invades her space enough. Ugh. Gosh.
Little sister. She take care of her. She's a cop. She gets paid well.
Heather plays her role well because we don't like her.
Yes.
That would have been the last straw for me, is her interrupting my kiss.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
With
look,
Vincent.
bitch, you
Yeah.
gotta get out.
But I mean, at least we know that the intent is there, so it's gonna happen.
And, okay, question. Does his scar look bigger?
I think it's just the way the light hit it. He's
Yeah.
never been full on in window daylight, and
it
I feel
looked big to me today. I don't know.
it just looked very. I want to say protruded more, but just more defined.
Yeah. I didn't know if I was the only one who noticed that.
Maybe they just got a new makeup artist. I like it with a little bit more depth.
Yeah. No, I liked it. Just didn't know. Caught my eye more this episode
Yeah,
than it has in the past. Yeah. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Weird.
Interesting. Well, I want to get into some predictions because I want to talk about what's going to happen with all these kissing things.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a prediction, but going into the kiss and stuff like that, I'm sure everybody's getting so worried about it. A lot of fans are getting super upset right now. I know, we feel your pain. But there was an interview with one of the producers, and he said they're not going to do that again. As far as pulling them apart, won't happen again. The kiss is going to happen. So, not to fret.
Hopefully more than a kiss will happen.
It will.
Yeah.
Going into the latter end of the season.
Oh, I was hoping. I wanted it to be like not just a kiss, just like tearing it all off, just going to town. Like, can he have normal sex?
Well, I was gonna say relations, but go ahead and just put it on out there, real blunt.
That's what it's called, people. Sex. S-E-X. And I'm sure you've all had sex ed if you're watching this, because you must be somewhat capable of using a computer and things like that and go to school. And I just think that's what would have happened. I want to see that between the two.
Okay, we have young viewers here. Miss.
It's the
You
CW.
need to calm down.
It's the
You need to
CW.
calm down.
It's the CW. That's what they do. They do it.
I wonder if he'll like not beast out kill her, but beast out like a few like.
Yeah, like no, but like, do you think like in his face, like you'll see it, like how you always see it creeping in?
Yeah.
I wonder if you'll see that,
As weird as this sounds right now, that's almost a little sexy.
No. Can you imagine if you're having sex with a beast and he starts beasting out? I'd be like, oh my God, get off of me. Yeah. Like, you're going to bite my head off. Like, you would freak out,
Well,
right?
I mean, I know in my heart that he wasn't going to do anything. He just got a little excited.
Yeah. Well, next week's a big episode, people.
It is a big episode. We also know that when this up-and-coming unfortunate matter of Vincent defending Heather and accidentally murdering somebody, that Cat is going to be his biggest ally. There's going to really be people going in for him now. Like, as far as trying to find him and hunt him down.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything because we know it's going to kind of go down next week. I mean, seeing from the previews, and so I don't want to do any spoilers or anything for you guys, but I think we all have a clue as to who it might be that gets, and that's because of who it is going to be why it's such a big deal.
Yes, exactly.
And so that's something to look forward to. So next week, big episode.
Do not miss it. I know you guys are really worried. Something that people have been talking about, fans have been buzzing about it a lot, is the fact that Beauty and the Beast has not yet been picked up for a second season, while Arrow and what was the other one? Supernatural have been both picked up. And I think it's not that they're necessarily not going to get picked up. It's just that those two were swooped up right away. They're still in the deciding factor, so we're crossing our fingers. We still have a lot of fans. It's just the concern of the love story not necessarily panning out the way we wanted it to, but I think it's really going in a good direction. The whole point is to leave us suspenseful, so we will come back for more. So hopefully you guys come back.
Yeah, come back next week because it looks good.
All right, guys, so let's wrap it up. Why don't you give everybody your Twitter handle so they can follow you?
Yes, hi, I am Paige Sullivan. You can find me on Twitter at PaigeSull. It's the same on Instagram, and you can find me at perfectpage.com.
And I'm Anik Dufour, and you can find me on Twitter at JustAnik.
And I'm Alikona Bradford. You can follow me at Kiss My Passport or on Facebook and Tumblr under Alikona Bradford. Thanks, you guys, for joining us. Again, have a happy Valentine's, and we will see you guys next year. Next time.
Next time.
Next year.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.